Mark here from Your Marketing Rules. Today we're taking a look at Fridge Fix SG's site, and we're going to be identifying opportunities to help this site generate more sales for this business. Now, this business offers refrigerator repair throughout Singapore. So we've got a lot to cover today, but before we actually dig into this site, I just want to give you a little bit of information about us so you know why you should even bother listening to anything that we have to say. So at Your Marketing Rules, we help businesses to beat luck. We do this by combining proper marketing with behavioural science. So by proper marketing, we mean marketing that is evidence-based and follows a proven process of diagnosis, strategy, and then tactics. By behavioural science, we mean understanding what people do on a given site, why they do it, and then how to nudge them to take desired action, e.g. making a purchase or starting a trial. So this means, unlike some other agencies, we're not just flinging stuff at the wall to see what sticks or following the latest shiny trends. We actually know where to focus and, most importantly, how to help our clients win. So we've been working in the world of marketing for approximately 15 years. We're a small team of properly trained and commercially minded marketers. We've helped more than 40 businesses get found by more of the right people, generate more revenue, and most importantly, to grow. So with that being said, what's the actual approach of today's marketing review? Well, the key thing to make you aware of is that this isn't designed to be some kind of theoretical lecture about marketing. Instead, what I want to do is give you, say, 7 to 10 key priority actions, things that this business can focus on in order to really help them drive results going forwards. So as we're going through this review, I'm going to be highlighting what I see to be those priority actions. If you've got any questions about anything that I mention, please just leave a comment and I'll get back to you ASAP. If you'd like us to create a review for your business, just pop over to our website and fill out the audit form, and we'll get back to you on that as soon as possible. So without further ado, let's begin. So over on the left of the screen, you'll see a review structure, and we're going to be following this as we go through the site. So we're kicking off by looking at the website generally. And what we need to do here is put ourselves into the shoes of someone who's just landed on this site for the first time. We can't assume they know anything about the business or the people behind the business. Perhaps they've typed something into Google or another search engine, or they've seen an ad, and for whatever reason, they've clicked through onto this site. So a good rule of thumb at this point is that we've got around about 5 seconds to convince someone to stay on the site. Rightly or wrongly, many people really do judge a book by its cover. So any design layout issues at this early stage may well be enough for them to go looking elsewhere. So as we arrive on the site here, we're going to quickly skim down here, and there we have it. That's the extent of the homepage. So not a lot has gone into what we'd call the design, the layout, the hierarchy of this page. And obviously there's a couple of other issues here in terms of spacing here between the rows of text, and also spacing between the bottom of this hero image and our H1 header here. So this may well in fact be enough to get people looking elsewhere rather than figuring out if this is the right business for them. Also, a little point at the bottom here, but quite a significant one that we see quite frequently, is websites do need to have signs that they are cared and attended to. Anything that is out of date is a really big no-no. So next, a visitor, they've really arrived on any website with kind of a mental checklist that they need to tick to assure themselves that they're not wasting their time. So keep in mind that a visitor, that could be you, that could be me, they're looking to get something ticked off their to-do list for the day. The quicker they can do that, the better their day is going to pan out. So firstly, does this business do what we need them to do? So at a glance, we can see that they are a refrigerator repair company in Singapore. So that's not too bad. And again, that's repeated below here. So I'm going to give that a tick there. Are they right for me? Now we've got to consider what the purchase criteria might be for this visitor to the site. Now, really importantly is that many people are looking for a fast response. It's unlikely that someone's kind of browsing the internet looking for a problem they don't currently have. So they're really looking for rapid turnaround, some indication of how long it's going to take to hear back from the business, or how long it's going to take to get their problem actually sorted. And whilst that answer might be hidden somewhere in this text, it's not glaringly obvious. So that is a mark against this site. What's in it for me? What are the benefits of choosing going with this company over another? So here it might be something like social proof. Do we trust that this company is not going to make the problem worse? And again, I'm not seeing any indication of any kind of qualifications, any indication about experience levels. And certainly I'm not seeing any reviews or testimonials. So there's quite a few items here that are currently an opportunity to improve at the moment. Navigation wise, it's got a kind of a standard menu here, but when we click through onto these other pages, there's really not a lot of content at all there. So there's a huge amount of opportunity to really improve this site. In fact, I've found another site here. It's not going to win any awards in terms of design, but it will convince people that they're in the right place. So firstly, top of the screen here, we can see that clear call to action, what it is they want them to do, what's in it for this visitor to the site. So free diagnosis and price estimate. Now, this has been framed really well. I would imagine that the site we're looking at, they also offer a free diagnosis. They ask, what problem have you got, in order for them to create that price estimate. So they're not doing anything, or this business isn't doing anything that the other site isn't, but they're just framing it in a far better way. Now the layout, it's clear. We can see what they do, what they offer, why we should choose them, certifications, and also some all-important testimonials. So they are ticking all of those kind of foundational boxes. So there really is a lot that this site could do to improve. So these are exactly the kind of things that we help our clients with in order to really very rapidly get them performing far better. So over on our site here, you can take a look at some of the case studies in terms of what we've helped our clients to achieve in all sorts of different industries, different sectors there. So coming back to our site, the next thing we're going to do is take a look at the organic traffic, about all of the visitors that are currently coming through to this website. So we're using a great little tool here called SE Ranking, and we're filtering only for the Singapore results, because I'm assuming that this business only operates within Singapore, so it doesn't matter if someone is coming through to their site from another part of the world. That's not going to translate into business. So we can see here that in the last 30 days they've had approximately 82 organic visitors coming through to their site. Now, by organic, this refers to someone that's done a Google search and they've clicked through onto one of the search results as opposed to one of the paid ads there. So 82 is where they're currently at. Now that really is very low down compared to where they were, say, just over a year ago, where they had kind of 10 times almost the number of monthly visitors. So certainly this business is going to be experiencing a significantly lower number of inquiries through their website. Now, if we look a little bit further down this page, we can see a whole lot of information about what is bringing these visitors through to the site. So we can see here, looking by search volume, that the phrase that is delivering the highest number of searches is Samsung Service Center Singapore. However, they're actually in position 43, which actually means they're on page 4, position 3 of the search results. So it's highly unlikely anyone's going to be clicking through for these results. If we filter by position, here we're going to have an indication of actually the words that are bringing people through to the site. So we want to go in ascending order. So we can see here they're in position 1 for a few different terms here, but the actual number, and again these are just estimates of searches per month, is very low, and these are all very easy search terms to rank for. So there's a lot of opportunity here to do a little bit of digging, figuring out some decent search terms with good search volumes, and figuring out what can be done to improve the content on the site. So now we're going to take a look at the Australian site that we were looking at, just to get an idea. Now, whilst Australia is obviously a significantly larger country in terms of population than Singapore, this is a targeted business, so they're only interested in business in Melbourne. So we can see here that they've also had a slump, but they're getting around about 355 visitors in the last 30 days. So that really is kind of night and day compared to where we're at with the site that we are looking at. So next up, we're going to look to see the competitors tab here. Who does this tool compare this business, FridgeFix SG, to? So here we can see a long list. Now, lots of these are kind of branded businesses, so we want to try and find something comparable. So if we look at fixworks.com, for example, we can see that they had around about 346 visitors compared to 82 in the last 30 days. Fridge Repair Singapore, they only had 14. What else can we see here? Singapore Fridge Repair, they had 82. Trying to see if there's anything here. 138 for this company here. Washing Machine Pros, I assume that also they do fridge repair as well. Plenty of other businesses on here, handyman businesses as well, that also of course offer the fridge repair services. So there's a lot of competition out there, and also potentially a lot of potential. Now if we click through to this pages report, here we can see a list of all of the website's pages. So first thing that we can immediately see is there's very few pages on this site, and over 60% of them are only coming through to the homepage. But interestingly enough, we've got about 26% going through to a Samsung page. Now when we go back to the site here, we can't actually find the Samsung page from looking in the main menu. It's actually hidden down here, so people really have to dig quite hard to find this page, which is actually delivering traffic. And then when we get through to the page, there's nothing to be seen here at all. So there's so much opportunity to improve the depth and breadth of information on this website. So now we're going to take a look at search engine optimization, and this is divided into on-site SEO that this website or this company has complete control over, and off-site where they're kind of having to enter into collaboration with other third-party sites. So we're going to look at on-site first. So a useful analogy here is to think about a deck of playing cards. So you've got ace, obviously, is the most important, then king, then queen, going down that kind of hierarchy. So if I hover over the tab for this site here, we can actually see the page title for this page. It's refrigerator repair Singapore, fridge repair service. Now this is the ACE card of a website, and the home page is the most important indicator that we are sending to Google, saying this is what we want to get found for. Now if I enter into inspection mode for this site, we can then go hunting for the H1. There's the H2 we can see. The H1 is a little bit further down. Okay, so that's refrigerator repair service in Singapore. Now there should only ever be one H1 per page. We've got plenty of H2s, and that's okay. Those are more like the Queen card. So in terms of what they're doing in terms of page title and H1s, that's not too bad. However, what I would say is that they need to bulk out the actual page content. We want to have a minimum of 300 words per page, and that actual number of pages needs to be built out as well. So if we pop over to this tool here, Screaming Frog, here we can get a list of all of the pages. We can get a little bit more information as well. So page titles, everything appears to be pretty well titled. Meta descriptions, this is kind of like your shopfront window. This is what will entice someone to click through to your site or not. So this needs to be kind of snappy. And there's a lot of potential to improve this. H1s, there's a couple of empty H1 headings there. So as I said, every single page does need to have just one H1 heading. Also H2s, you can have more than one H2, that's fine, but all of these seem to have exactly the same H2. Another issue is the images. These don't have any alt text, which is really, really important. And content, as we can see, this is pretty light for the majority of pages on the site. Looking over on the right of the screen here, we've got quite a few issues as well. I'm not going to dig too much into those now, however. So there's plenty of opportunity right there for on-site SEO. We're now going to take a look at off-site SEO, and this is really about credibility that the site has in the eyes of search engine. The more good quality and relevant sites that are linking back to this website, the better in the eyes of the search engine. So it's a little bit like kind of social capital. The more people that say, yep, you are a stand-up and good guy, the better. So if we click over to this report here we can see a list of all of the sites that are linking back through to this business. So here we've got domain trust. This kind of is an unofficial rating of a site's kind of quality. So this is relatively low. In fact, if we sort these from high to low, that can be helpful. I'm not sure why it's showing us 10 to start with. Let's try again on that. No. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, so we've got a few 70, which is great. We can see the keyword that they're linking through on. As we go down, it's not too bad. And we go a little bit lower, we then start to see that there's a large number of these sites that are linking are very, very, very low quality. Also, they're not actually delivering any traffic. So this gives an indication that actually this is a little bit, I'm not going to say black hat SEO work, but certainly not the most credible or robust of work. So immediately there is a huge amount of potential here for this business. So other things just to quickly take a look at is local SEO. So because Singapore is a relatively small country, Google Maps really is going to be a really important element. And I'm not getting any indication that this business is actually showing up. I have looked through the extended list of results, and I'm not seeing them in there. So certainly there's a huge amount of potential there to collect more and more reviews. I'd just like to show you an example of a business that is doing this well. This is a law firm that we've worked with, Patino Law Firm, and they've got a huge number of absolutely fantastic reviews, and the way that their Google business account has been built out is absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of depth in there, which is a really important indicator to Google. Now, other issues that are important is about recency and freshness of information. So here I'm looking at the website and looking to see any results for the last year, and there's nothing showing up here at all. So there's a huge amount of potential. This site is capitalizing on here. They've got an active blog that they're putting useful information on their site regularly for. So finally, we're going to take a look at paid advertising to see if there is potential opportunity here. So first indications, we've got 1, 2, 3 businesses doing these sponsored Google ads at the top, and at the bottom we've got another 3. So that's a good sign. If these businesses are advertising, there is possibility that you can do so in a profitable manner. Also, really good indicators are that these ads are not particularly well put together. I'm not seeing great extensions. I'd expect to see a string of links at the bottom here, images as well. This ad is better put together. We've got an image, we've got these links through the bottom. Let's have a look at the first one here. Repair all brands refrigerator, commercial fridge and freezers, warranty after repair, skilled technicians over 30 years experience, one-stop repair solution, experienced technicians, fast, honest, reliable, island-wide, always on time. So again, there's no ad extensions really apart from this call us. So any kind of reviews that could be added there, that's really going to skew clicks going into this ad's direction. So there really is a huge amount of potential for this business. I hope you found this helpful. There's plenty of opportunities for this site to work far harder. If you'd like us to complete a review for your site, as I mentioned, pop over to our site and claim your free website and marketing audit. Fill out the form there. It'll take you about 2 minutes, and we'll get back to you with your own personalized, unique to you review. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.